Good morning, welcome back to my channel. So I'm just going to jump right in. So I was listening to a YouTuber who I follow. He makes me laugh. I like the things that he says, and a lot of things are rooted in painful truth. You know, people love sweet lies, they hate bitter truth. And a lot of people don't like the way he delivers the things that he says, but a lot of the things he says are actually truthful. Now, I'm not going to mention his name because once again, you get these people and their feelings in the comment sections. If you turn them on, who want to argue with you and say if you name drop people that you're just clout chasing and all this bull crap. So I'll keep it moving. But he says something which is very true. He said black people, if they had two nickels, they probably couldn't put them together to make a dime. And it reminded me of something my dad used to say all the time to me when I was little. He would say, when I was younger actually, black folks ain't got two nickels to rub together. And if we did, we probably spend it. Now, he makes a lot of sense because it seems like we as blacks are very material. We always care what we look like, you know, what we're putting on our hair, what we're driving, what's on our feet, especially them goddamn Jordans and things like that. Our kids just have to be wearing the latest designer, foreign cars, all of this other stuff that most of us don't even have the wealth to back it up. Now, when it comes to other people, other races, it seems like they care more about building wealth. When you go to school with some of these people, they're not wearing Jordans. They're not rocking all of that, you know, designer clothes and all of this other stuff. Designer glasses, expensive weaves, nails done all the time. They look very normal, very modest, sometimes plain. Some people would say that they don't invest in themselves or they look cheap or they wear cheap shoes, whatever. But when it comes to the middle of the game, these people end up with way more than the average black person. Then I watched a YouTube video. It was a short, it might have been on Facebook. And it was a Latino man said, you know what? Do you know what the difference is between the blacks and the Latinos? He said the Latinos stick together. The blacks are always at competition with each other. Very true. Black people always worry about, I got this, it's better than yours. My car looks better than yours. My girl look better than yours. My wig look better than yours. You ain't got this, I got that. And he made a good point. You know why? When you see the Latinos with businesses, one has a business, the other has a business. When one has a nice car, the other one gets a nice car too, because they build together. They come together, they build together, they stick together. And it's so true. So even when I observe what's going on YouTube, you can't be there for black people because when you try to be there for your fellow black man, whether it's a woman or a man, you have another black somewhere from YouTube quietness, darkness, who comes along and says, oh, that person's just trying to come up off of you. They're not trying to really help you. They're just trying to build their channel off of you. Don't listen to them. Watch out. Do all of this stuff. You can't help another black person for being put down. And it is the truth. And I don't feel bad when I see, you know, people who don't have anything and they end up coming up more than we do. I don't feel bad for our race because we choose to live like that. We don't stick together. We don't build anything together. We're always so selfishly, narcissistically worried about ourselves and how we look and what we got. We don't care about what the brother next door, the brother down the street, or somebody who we're beefing with may have. And another thing is, one thing I did observe also with watching Donald Trump and the likes of conduct themselves, they may be enemies with each other, but one thing they can do is stick together and do business. They don't have to like each other to handle business. Black folks can never get on the beat. Black folks can never, ever, never, ever get that together. They'll never be able to do that. Never. Because we are all so selfishly caring about what we as the individual can have or do. We don't invest in each other enough. As long as we're okay and our kids are okay, we don't care if the brother next door is starving. We don't care if the sister next door can't feed her kids or they're going to school with, you know, dirty clothes on and stuff like that. We don't care about that. We're okay with our kids going to school looking better than everybody. And as long as they're looking good and all this other stuff, then we're doing great. We're okay with going out in the world with our nice fancy foreign cars and all this other stuff. And as long as, you know, we're doing good, who cares about the next man? Let them die. Let them die off. Let them starve off. They ain't driving what I'm driving. Now, I do drive a nice car. I also do have a little truck situation or whatever. But that doesn't mean I'm not willing to help the next person. If somebody said, hey, I need to borrow that truck to get to work or something like that, we would try to figure out a way to work something out. We would try to help those people out. That's the type of people we are here. And sad to say, I've never really received much help from my own kind. It's always been a white person who's always said, hey, I got this opportunity, or hey, check this out. This might work for you, or hey, I'm gonna definitely put in for you for that. You qualify. I'm gonna help you go ahead and step up and get that. Instead of somebody of their own kind. It's always been somebody white who's came along and has helped me. And I'm a black person. Very rare have I ever, I can't count not even one time that I've ever been helped by a black person that was not a relative of mine. And sometimes they don't help neither. So I just wanted to say that to say this. Black people, until we get ourselves together mentally, we're always going to fall apart financially, sexually, physically, hell, all of that. We will never be able to get ourselves together because we're too busy competing with each other. And ain't none of us got nothing. And if we had 2 nickels to rub together, we'd probably spend it anyway. So true. And you know what's crazy? The government actually might do themselves a favor by giving blacks reparations. You know why? Because we'll probably just spend it back anyway, buying designer and foreign cars, fancy homes, vacation. Huh, look at that. Well, I'm going to get out of here for the day, and y'all have a good day.